Up with KREM begins now.
Good morning. Welcome to Up with KREM. Happy Tuesday. I'm Nicole Hernandez.
And I'm Tim Pham. It's good to see you, friends, here on this Tuesday morning. Let's get you out the door and ready for the day with meteorologist Thomas Patrick. Thomas, gosh, yesterday was just gorgeous. Are we going to see more of that today?
Yeah, just almost exactly the same. Maybe just a few degrees warmer by the afternoon. Though this morning it might actually be a few degrees cooler just to start the day here. Noting a couple spots starting out in the 30s, including 37 in Colville and 38 in Pullman. Not surprised by that, but just account for that for maybe another hour or two in the morning before that sun gets a bit higher in the sky. But once that happens, we're in for another picture-perfect day. Mostly sunny conditions and high temperatures easily topping those mid-70s.
Here's a live look at the traffic impact this morning from I-90 and Division in downtown Spokane. Traffic looks like the volumes are pretty average for this time of hour. No slowdowns or traffic backups to report to you this morning. We'll keep a close eye on the traffic situation. On Up with KREM, we bring you weather and traffic together every 30 minutes. An update this morning on the 3 missing kids from Wenatchee.
Washington State Patrol canceled the missing persons alert for the 3 girls who they said were possibly taken by their father. That alert was first issued on Saturday. It said the girls were last seen about 5 p.m. on Friday in Wenatchee. WSP did not say if they found the girls, so we did reach out to confirm why they canceled the alert. Washington has a new database now tracking police use of force across the state. This is the newly launched Washington Data Exchange for Public Safety, or WADEPs.
So right now there's no data. WADEPs is still onboarding law enforcement to submit their use of force numbers. Spokane County Sheriff John Knowles says he's supportive of the idea of making the information easily accessible. The Sheriff's Office already automatically tracks some of the data WADEPs will publish, but he says it will take an extra effort to manually look up some of the information. It's an added expense and manpower he says his office does not have.
This is going to be somebody's job that we're going to have to give to them that, well, they've already got a full-time job. And now there's going to be all these data entry points on, probably a couple hundred uses of force a year that we're going to have to report out on. That's a lot. It's a lot of work.
Agencies will be required to submit use of force data starting in September. KREM 2 pushed for answers with WADEPs, including concerns from law enforcement. We will bring you that part of the story as soon as we can. Well, they blend into traffic like any other vehicle, but some of them are anything but ordinary. The Washington State Patrol is deploying a growing fleet of unmarked vehicles. The vehicles are a part of WSP's aggressive driving apprehension team. The vehicles are meant to blend in with traffic and identify aggressive drivers.
Using unmarked vehicles is not new in law enforcement. WSP has been using unmarked cars since 1998. While unmarked vehicles can be effective tools for highway patrol, they come with some limitations and risks.
Unmarked cars are problematic for a whole bunch of different reasons. Number one, they can't see you coming. Number two, they may not believe that you're really a police officer.
Critics say it can cause confusion and fear, especially for drivers unsure whether the person pulling them over is a real officer. Law enforcement agencies, though, say that's a valid concern, but they say drivers can call 911 so a dispatcher can confirm if it's a real traffic stop.
All new this morning, the Idaho Transportation Department is warning residents about scam text messages claiming you owe money for an unpaid traffic violation. The message typically has a link and demands immediate payment. ITD says these messages are a scam and they will not send text related to unpaid traffic tickets or fines and will not use threats of legal action or license suspension. They recommend if you receive one of these messages to delete it and report it.
Some North Idaho schools are relieved this week because voters passed several education levies. One that passed a 2-year, $7.5 million per year replacement levy in the Lakeland School District and an almost $12 million 2-year levy in the Post Falls School District. One big program that could have been at risk of budget cuts was the Kootenai Technical Education Campus. It gives hundreds of students hands-on learning for trades. The funding for K-Tech comes from the Coeur d'Alene, Lakeland, and Post Falls school districts. So teachers there say they are relieved the levies passed.
They call them a supplemental levy, but in reality, they're a necessity. Just the way the state of Idaho does funding with education.
It's just a fun place to be, and everyone here is great. Everyone's respectful and kind to you, and you feel like you belong here.
The director of K-Tech told KREM 2 they are expecting a 33% increase in student enrollment just next year. They say they're adding classes to keep up with that demand.
At 6:06, let's take another look at our weather forecast. Despite a slightly cooler start to the day here, we're in for another very comfortable, very pleasant afternoon as our temperatures will be a little bit warmer than yesterday, into the mid-70s this time around. Again, some high cloud cover out there, but those thin cirrus clouds high in the sky, the sunshine cuts through that quite easily. So that's why it still looks like it will be mostly sunny for this afternoon, as it will basically every day this week. But as temperatures warm up, we'll get a bit closer to 90 degrees than not by this upcoming weekend. So we'll take a more detailed, in-depth look at this weekend forecast in just a few minutes in my Weather Impact Forecast.
Happening today, the Riverfront Eats food truck series returns to Spokane.
KREM 2's Brandon T. Jones is live in downtown this morning. Brandon, when do we know things kick off?
Good morning, Tim. Nicole, while I was telling you I had some live interviews coming up, and it is the perfect day for a walk through the park. You can come find a food truck like this one, the Cuban Way. You guys know your boy is from Florida, so this is kind of like, you know, a little taste of home right here. And everybody, you gotta get into the classic Cuban. We've got Jose Sosa back here, the owner and operator of this food truck right here. Jose, how are you feeling, my friend?
I'm doing great today.
Oh yeah?
I'm great to be alive.
Amen, amen. Hey, and thank you for waking up so early and being with us. We hear a little bit of sizzling. What's going on, my friend?
Well, making the classic Cuban. You know, it's not a Cuban food truck without a Cuban sandwich.
All right, so explain to us, what is the classic Cuban, my friend?
So the classic Cuban consists of, it starts with the basic Cuban bread, which I actually get from Florida.
Oh yeah?
And we make a roasted pork. We actually cook it for 16 hours, slow cooked.
Nice, nice.
And then you have the ham.
Yeah.
And then you have pickles and you have mustard.
Oh my gosh. All right. So that sounds like an ideal breakfast
and
to
the
me,
Swiss
my friend.
cheese.
And the Swiss cheese.
That's
and the
the
Swiss
best
cheese.
part.
Well, what's the best part for you as the operator and owner of this truck? You know, why do you do what you do, my friend?
I do it because I'm inspired to give back to the community. I love to see people smile, and the fact that people love my food. Yeah. And I just love to be in this community. This community has been very supportive of my business, and
yes, sir.
I'm glad that I'm here and I'm part of this, you know, Riverfront Park food truck event that we're going to be hosting this year.
Yes, sir. Riverfront Eats from 11 to 2 o'clock. And so, can we get a sneak peek at what you got? Do you think it's ready to show off yet?
Well, yeah, it is actually.
All right, let's see it. All right, let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. You hear that sizzling? Come on, folks. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. That looks absolutely delicious.
And I'm going to cut it in half so you guys can share.
All right, let's take a look. Let's take a look, my friend. So 11 to 2 o'clock. Is this the first time you participated in Riverfront Eats?
This is my second year, actually.
Second year. What was it like last year?
Last year was amazing. I mean, a big turnout, and you know, like I said, very supportive, and I can't be thankful enough.
All right, my friend, let's see. You know what they say, camera eats first, camera eats first. You see that? The Cuban, the classic
and there's
Cuban.
plantain chips in the bottom.
Plantain chips at the bottom. This thing is piping hot. It is piping hot. Jose, I'm going in, my friend.
Thank you.
Cheese, oh my gosh.
You know, we hear Brandon always say, let's get into it, let's get into it. And he's getting into
and
that
to add a little
sandwich.
extra
Come
here,
on
you know,
now.
we have Cuban coffee.
And coffee.
All right, folks, hey,
before we go,
and the Cuban coffee.
Brandon, explain.
Come on, take a shot of that. Take a swig.
I got finished doing, man. But it's good.
Like,
I love the pickles on there, you know. I mean, it's hot.
Mouthful.
Whoa, and that coffee, my friend.
Oh,
God bless.
Yeah.
I gotta give you a pound right there. Hey, we got more coming up throughout the morning,
Turning
my friends.
up the energy.
Come check out the Cuban Way, though.
Oh, that sandwich looks
Looks
delicious.
so good. I just ate breakfast and I'm
Oh my
all in on
goodness,
that.
so good. All right, Brandon, we'll check back in with you. Maybe share with us.
Maybe,
Come
that'll
on.
be great.
All right, well, starting tomorrow, another great opportunity. Moonshine Artisan Night Market opens up for the season. It's featuring local artists, live music, themed activities, and moonlit movies.
Okay, so that one kicks off at 5:30 with vendor booths, food trucks, and it's all off Highway 395 up in North Spokane, so pretty close. Later in the evening, there will also be a line dancing class, and then they'll have a movie. They'll play Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and it's all totally free. So this market is open every Wednesday until 8:30 p.m., and then the movie starts around 9. They'll do this through August 27th every Wednesday. Some of the other movies this summer will be Top Gun, Mamma Mia, and The Proposal.
Looking ahead here, the Spokane Valley YMCA is holding the Healthy Kids Day event on Friday night at 5:30. The event is the YMCA's national initiative to improve the health and well-being of children and families. There will be an evening of activities with booths, games, face painting, and a bouncy house. The event is free and open to everyone. The first 300 kids get a free t-shirt.
After more than a year of work, the Spokane County Sheriff's Office is getting a brand new helicopter. Here's a look at it. It is the first new chopper the Sheriff's Office has ever had, and we'll get to see it in action tomorrow afternoon.
All of our patrol aircraft are over 50 years old, and so by being able to modernize the fleet and downsize the fleet, we're going to be a little more efficient and a lot more safer.
If you remember last April, the Sheriff's Office was actually selling one of their old helicopters, which they didn't actually pay for. They kind of got it from a surplus program. It sold on auction for almost $1 million. That money, plus some grant money and money from the county, paid for this new chopper.
Today, KREM Cares is hosting another big book giveaway, and our partners at BECU and Nom Nom are helping us give away thousands of books to kids as they enter summer break.
Okay, so we visited Lidgerwood Elementary School and Ruben Trejo Dual Language Academy last month. We are visiting another school today, but we can't tell you who it is because it's a surprise. The Big Book Giveaway is an effort to, of course, help kids have access to books.
Tim, Nicole, myself, and of course Laura Papetti will be handing out hundreds of books today to students. Plus, they'll also get a coupon for a sweet treat from Nom Nom, just perfect for now the summer season.
I know. Last time we did this over at Lidgerwood, it was a little bit of a cooler day, and the kids were like, when do we get our fruities? And
I was like, you can drink a fruity any time of year, just saying, but it's even better on a hot day.
The impatience, though, because it's like, if you got a coupon for a sweet treat, you want to have it now.
Yes.
But it was just like, why do I want a cold treat on a cold day? Now it's going to be perfect. But this is really about the books.
It is about the books.
And it's about, the literacy and keeping those skills intact through the summer season. And the more books that those kids have access to, the more that they're going to read now.
Totally.
We're so glad to be able to provide these books, but there are so many great opportunities. If your school wasn't chosen for Big Book Giveaway, the library has some really great resources and great summer programs.
Totally.